We are all used to rain, whether we have an umbrella or raincoat, or end up getting wet. Rain usually doesn't bother us much, but what about long-lasting rain causing flooded streets, or realizing you can't afford the interest rate on a desired home? How do you respond when investments drop or you're laid off without severance? These are current issues that trouble us, disturbing our nights with fears and filling days with sadness. It doesn't have to be like this. We can learn to remain steady amidst the challenges of society. This is how to adopt Stoicism in today's world. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, aims to shift us from vulnerability to the chaos of the universe to a state of peaceful indifference. It's a way to strengthen lasting peace of mind. Practicing Stoicism involves understanding what we can control and what we can't. The only thing we can control is our response to events, not the events themselves. Misfortunes are unpredictable and often unavoidable. The Stoic philosopher Zeno of Citium used an analogy of a dog tied to a cart to explain this stance. Just as a dog tied to a cart must choose to follow or be pulled, we too must decide whether to go along with the fate or resist and be dragged. To be Stoic is to go along with fate, accepting what is beyond our control. For instance, at work, if your boss announces the removal of the espresso machine you rely on for daily coffee, your reaction is your decision. You can accept the change or dwell in sorrow. The aim is to improve your inner self, as depending on external things for happiness leaves you vulnerable to a chaotic universe beyond your control. Stoic philosophers support a semi-deterministic worldview, where everything has a cause, but we can only control our actions. We can't always influence outcomes, but we can control our efforts. Integrating Stoicism into modern life is important, as it was relevant to all in ancient times. Instead of seeking joy in material possessions, we should concentrate on inner growth and resilience. The latest smartphone or the expensive watch can make us feel bad when we can't afford them. It may seem like the universe is against our happiness, but the truth is material things only provide temporary joy. Cars break down, phones freeze, and even when they work well, we start craving something newer. It's a never-ending cycle. To break free from consumerism, we must change our attitude towards purchases and the dopamine rush they bring. One way is to practice voluntary discomfort, like taking cold showers instead of warm ones. You could also use your phone until it's unusable, resisting the urge to upgrade. Start small by leaving your phone behind when you go to the bathroom, or endure discomfort like driving without AC on a hot day. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic Roman emperor, practiced this philosophy. His meditations show how he applied Stoicism to his rule, offering insights like stripping away grand descriptions to see the true nature of things. By breaking down experiences to their basic elements, like seeing lunch as mere sustenance, we can lessen the burden of unmet expectations and find contentment in simplicity. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about interpreting and interacting with others, adopting the metaphysics of Stoicism as a framework for understanding our interactions and emotions. For Stoic philosophers, the universe is an intelligently designed entity, with humans being part of that same intelligence. It is illogical to harbor hatred towards the same intelligence manifested in others, as it is also within oneself. This concept is akin to the Hindu idea of Brahman, the pervasive deity. One should not feel anger or animosity towards fellow beings, as we are naturally designed for mutual support, much like the coordination of body parts. Opposition and hostility go against nature. All forms of anger and aversion are contrary to harmony. Viewing oneself in constant competition with others, striving for superiority in various domains, leads to a life filled with envy and malice. Recognizing everyone as part of the same universal intelligence, it would be foolish to belittle others, as treating them as inferior contradicts the natural order. Rarely do individuals find unhappiness by not scrutinizing the thoughts and intentions of others, but rather by neglecting their own self-awareness and emotional well-being. Focus should be directed towards controlling one's attitude and actions, rather than fixating on analyzing others, as this often leads to misery. Prolonged dwelling on other people's behaviors in a state of resentment only serves to breed negativity and discontent. It is more beneficial to address one's own mindset and behaviors, as attempting to control the actions of others is beyond our influence. Being mindful and cautious without harboring suspicion or enmity, as advised by Aurelius, prepares one for potential challenges without assuming ill intent from others. While it is essential not to overly fixate on the intentions of others, it is equally important not to naively dismiss the possibility of harm. Collaboration with peers in group settings may encounter instances where some members do not contribute equally, necessitating preparedness without preemptive judgment. Acknowledging that individuals are driven by their perceived notions of good, one should focus on guiding and educating them, rather than succumbing to anger or frustration. Embracing the principles of Stoicism can provide a guiding light through life's adversities, fostering a temperament characterized by resilience and equanimity. Stoicism does not absolve individuals from addressing problems within their sphere of influence, but emphasizes accepting the inherent limitations of personal control. By focusing on efforts within our control, we can navigate life's challenges and evaluate ourselves based on our actions. Creating YouTube content is often simpler than ruling an empire, but it can still present challenges. First, you must conceive an idea, a process that can seem endless. Research the idea only to discard it due to dissatisfaction, then start anew. Script, film, and edit the video, craft a title and thumbnail, and prepare everything before hitting upload. Until that moment, the control rests with you. However, once the upload button is pressed, the YouTube algorithm takes the reins. Many assess their YouTube or Instagram success by views, subscribers, or followers, metrics largely beyond their influence. Stoicism advocates evaluating success based on effort rather than external outcomes. Consider a scenario where an individual toils diligently at their job for 6 months, expecting a promotion. The boss, upon reviewing their performance, expresses gratitude, but denies the promotion. Disheartened, the individual fails to consider external factors influencing the decision. By focusing on the quality of their work and persisting towards their goal, they could have found contentment. This shift in mindset is pivotal. A true Stoic does not measure success by financial gains, but finds solace in a modest, comfortable life. Stoicism's core virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, guide this philosophy. Wisdom involves distinguishing between internal and external factors, choosing our responses consciously. Courage entails persistence and resistance. Temperance emphasizes doing more with less, conveying more with fewer words. While billionaires compete for wealth, Stoics believe sufficiency lies in essentials. Justice, the paramount virtue, prohibits harming others and emphasizes collective welfare. Nelson Mandela exemplified Stoic principles during his struggle against apartheid, advocating reconciliation over retribution. Stoicism influences modern medicine, underpinning therapies like RET and logotherapy. REBT aids in identifying and challenging negative thought patterns, fostering healthier beliefs. Logotherapy, rooted in purpose-driven existence, asserts that meaning and happiness can be found even in adversity. By refocusing on controllable aspects and relinquishing fixation on the uncontrollable, individuals can lead more fulfilling lives. Stoicism helps us navigate through difficult times and challenges towards a calmer and more peaceful state. Even if we face failure and setbacks, we can take comfort in knowing that we lived a virtuous life, despite its potential brevity, as everything eventually comes to an end. I uploaded my first video on this platform in March 2024, after much contemplation about starting a YouTube channel, worrying about how others would perceive it. What if the content was not well received? And questioning my authority to discuss such topics. These thoughts consumed my mind. If you have ever found yourself in a similar situation when starting something new or giving a presentation to an audience, you have likely felt a similar fear of judgment and criticism that holds us back from reaching our true potential. To understand why we place so much importance on others' opinions of us, we need to look back at the origins of human society. Humans, like other animals, evolved as social creatures, relying on close-knit communities for survival. Our collective existence led to prosperity, as being ostracized often meant doom. In the absence of modern amenities like shelter, food, and protection from dangers, surviving alone was nearly impossible. Unfortunately, even in our advanced society today, the need for social acceptance remains, although it may not align with current realities. In the past, isolation was feared. Now, the fear of social disapproval on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube is prevalent. The pursuit of validation and visibility through likes and dislikes drives a constant search for approval, sometimes at the cost of authenticity. We often see influencers sacrificing genuineness to please algorithms. I created a video discussing how you can transform your life using the principles of Stoicism. Despite its lack of appeal to advertisers, leading to modest performance on YouTube, I accepted it. Such situations perpetuate a cycle of conformity that suppresses dissent and silences voices that may challenge authority. Growing up, I felt different. While I craved companionship, my existential questions set me apart, making me fear being seen as strange. As a result, I tried to hide my existential concerns to fit in. If you are watching this, you might have faced similar fears, sacrificing authenticity to avoid social exclusion. However, breaking free from the need for societal approval is liberating. While societal norms promote unity, conformity that stifles individuality is a tragedy. We should not let the fear of rejection silence our beliefs or hinder our pursuit of passions. Embrace your uniqueness, as those who reject you for it were never meant to be part of your journey. The desire for acceptance is deeply ingrained, but breaking free from its hold is possible. Understand that others, like you, are grappling with their own insecurities, making their judgments insignificant. Social media makes this worse, creating a constant need for validation. Likes and dislikes fuel this desire for immediate approval, pushing people to act inauthentically for attention. Influencers may sacrifice their true selves to please algorithms, losing their uniqueness. But societal norms often suppress genuine expression. It's important to embrace your individuality and not just conform for acceptance. While societal judgment helps maintain order, it shouldn't silence personal beliefs. Ostracism, though usually seen as negative, can promote cooperation and prevent exploitation in social groups. It encourages people to follow community rules, fostering harmony. Being true to yourself is vital, even if it goes against societal expectations. Strive for authenticity, even if it means facing disapproval. Overcoming the fear of criticism allows genuine self-expression and personal growth. Remember, everyone has insecurities, and critiques often reflect others' issues, not your own. Social media magnifies outside opinions, so it's crucial to differentiate between helpful feedback and baseless criticism. True freedom lies in embracing your uniqueness, regardless of societal norms. Find communities that celebrate your real self, going beyond traditional boundaries. Being okay with being disliked opens the path to self-acceptance and true happiness, leading to deep fulfillment. In 165 CE, a deadly plague emerged from the Orient and spread rapidly across the earth, known as the Antonine Plague, after the Roman emperor of that time, Caesar Marcus Aurelius Antoninus Augustus. Lasting throughout his rule, this plague took over 18 million lives and nearly brought down the Roman Empire, a challenging time during Marcus Aurelius's leadership. Despite economic challenges, invasions, and the ongoing pandemic, the empire thrived. True leadership shines in times of difficulty, and Marcus consistently rose to the occasion. Primarily a philosopher, considered the last of the 5 good emperors of ancient Rome by Niccolò Machiavelli, his Stoic philosophy distinguished him. During the plague, he put aside his ego, surrounded himself with competent public servants rather than nobles, listened to advice, and empowered others. By engaging skilled physicians to combat the disease, he tackled the escalating economic crisis by forgiving debts, selling imperial assets, and seizing wealth from the elite to stabilize the economy. Despite widespread fear, Marcus showed self-control, encouraging calmness among his people. Amidst the chaos, news of a rebellion by an old friend and former general, Aetius Cassius, emerged. Unusually, Marcus refrained from immediate retaliation, giving the defector a chance to reconsider. When faced with defiance, he ordered Cassius' capture but not his death, demonstrating Stoic forgiveness. Influenced by Seneca and Epictetus, Marcus embodied Stoic values, maintaining composure, fairness, and just actions, calming a restless empire. Stoicism guided him through life's challenges, reflected in his personal writings, meditations, which offer timeless wisdom on making wise choices, sound judgments, and balanced behavior. A beacon of Stoic philosophy from the philosopher king himself. At the core of his philosophy lies the concept of control, recognizing his limited power over external events but mastering his responses, a lasting lesson from history. Here are 5 important insights we can learn from Marcus's thoughts on Stoicism, showing how practical the philosophy is. By embracing these insights, we can move towards healthier and more fulfilling lives, long after Aurelius's time. The thoughts you focus on shape your mind's essence. It all depends on your perception. You have control. You can choose to let go of misunderstandings whenever you want, leading to complete calmness and absolute peace. Even before Marcus, Epicurus and Seneca extensively discussed the power of perception. It's no surprise that Marcus echoed these ideas, as it's a fundamental aspect of Stoicism. Our perceptions influence every part of our lives. Your car might not start before an important meeting, or your boss might overlook you for a promotion you believe you deserve. Just like Marcus faced a crucial decision during the plague, you also face choices in difficult situations. You can choose to give in to anger, resentment, sadness, or defeat, which lead to nothing. Alternatively, you can train your perception to remain unaffected by external forces beyond your control. This is a form of self-discipline, putting the quality of your life firmly in your own hands, rather than at the mercy of external factors. Marcus's entire leadership was based on this principle. As a respected leader, He understood the power he held. He always separated his perceptions from his emotions. He dealt with invasions from barbaric tribes and internal uprisings in his realm, but he knew he couldn't change these situations in his favor. His real strength came from within, from how he perceived these difficult circumstances. Instead of reacting impulsively, he didn't let these challenges affect him. He took control of his mind, making fair judgments without emotional biases, even in the face of tough challenges. Rejecting imitation is the best response. When faced with disrespect from others, the easy way out is to respond in kind. But what purpose would that serve? When dealing with Cassius's rebellion, Marcus could have easily ordered his troops to capture and punish him to deter other challengers to his rule. Instead, he showed compassion and chose to forgive. People often don't meet our expectations. So instead of letting their actions affect our emotions, it's better to focus on what we can control, our virtue. A true Stoic and a better person don't seek revenge. Just as nature turns obstacles to its advantage, a rational being can turn setbacks into opportunities for progress. Stoics, being realists, embrace life's challenges instead of avoiding them. Struggles are a part of life, shaping character, building resilience, and leading to success. This principle, once again, revolves around perception. An obstacle can be seen as a hindrance to progress or as a test of one's ability to face adversity. It's unwise to go through life avoiding hardship and conflict. Instead, we should welcome them as ways to strengthen our character. The obstacle isn't a barrier, it's the way forward. Accept the circumstances that fate brings and value the connections it creates. Embrace them wholeheartedly. Marcus Aurelius believed that true human greatness lies in fully accepting our fate. This idea is central to Stoic philosophy. Regardless of the ups and downs of life, we must accept our situation. Epictetus faced many challenges in his life, but accepted his destiny without complaint. Despite enduring torture that left him disabled, he didn't pity himself but took control of his mind. Don't wish for events to happen as you wish. Wish for them to happen as they do, and your life will be peaceful. To be truly Stoic means not wanting things to be different, neither better nor worse. A person's strength lies in accepting what the universe decrees without resistance. Seneca embodied this belief. In 59 CE, Rome suffered under Emperor Nero's cruel rule, a tyrant who spared no one, not even his family, from his anger. After a failed assassination attempt, Nero rounded up the suspected conspirators, banishing or executing them without trial. Seneca, falsely accused, faced the same fate despite being Nero's top advisor. Instead of fighting his fate, Seneca accepted it stoically, maintaining his composure until the end. Why cry over parts of life when the whole demands tears? With determination, Seneca took his own life, facing death calmly. Despite being one of the most powerful figures of his time, Marcus Aurelius constantly reflected on life's impermanence. Amid praise and criticism, love and hate, he stayed grounded in Stoic teachings and the idea of control. Some parts of our lives we can control, while others we can't. Which will you focus on? By embracing Marcus's teachings, mastering our perceptions, accepting others without reservation, seeing challenges as opportunities, embracing our fate, and acknowledging our mortality, we can lead lives of true virtue. Like the philosopher king himself, don't waste time debating what makes a good person. Be one. Achieving financial independence in today's economic uncertainty isn't about quick schemes or social media influencers selling courses. The timeless wisdom of Stoicism, dating back 2,000 years, offers valuable insights into building wealth. Whether you aim to match Elon's wealth or simply seek financial stability, Understanding Stoicism not only teaches how to accumulate wealth, but also why wealth might not align with your true desires. How often do you come across people on social media claiming to have all the answers to every financial problem you face? Individuals declare themselves as skilled investors, accomplished entrepreneurs, and economic pioneers. If you're like me, you just want to roll your eyes at these get-rich-quick schemes, but a part of you still considers them, even if only briefly. The reason we hesitate and consider, even when we don't buy into these fake mentors, is that we all want to be wealthy in some way. You might be struggling with debt, looking for a way out, or simply unhappy with your financial situation. You might be dreaming of luxurious vacations in a penthouse with a beautiful view. Whatever it is, society has taught us to desire wealth, because without money, there's not much we can achieve. So, how do we go about earning it? The most basic principle of Stoicism is to focus on what you can control. We may not always have power over what happens to us, but we do have power over how we react to those events. This simple idea of managing our emotions when it comes to money could be the key to the financial independence we seek. Let's take Warren Buffett as a brief example. He is worth $77 billion, but still lives in the same house he bought 59 years ago for $31,500. As he grew richer, he didn't let emotions or impulses drive him to buy extravagant things he didn't need to impress people he didn't care about. He was good at staying grounded and not letting money rule him, maintaining control over his finances. One of the overlooked keys to success is being healthy. The saying, "Health is wealth," is common, because it's true. When you are healthy, you can think clearly, work hard, and enjoy the rewards of your efforts when they pay off. The path to wealth is not a straight line. It's full of challenges and obstacles. To succeed, you need to learn to embrace discomfort and keep moving forward even when things get tough. Stoicism advises us to embrace discomfort by voluntarily exposing ourselves to it before life does it to us. This is known as voluntary discomfort. Stoics in the past would spend a few days wearing old clothes and eating only potatoes. The idea is that if you know you can survive on the bare minimum, discomfort doesn't unsettle you as much. You don't have to get rid of all your belongings to practice voluntary discomfort. Simple actions like taking cold showers or eating plain food can teach you to be uncomfortable. This not only prepares you for when things don't go as planned, but also helps you appreciate what you have. Another way to embrace discomfort is to imagine the worst-case scenario and accept it as a real possibility. This can help you realize that even if the worst happens, you will be okay. The lack of money is already filled with discomfort, whether it's the embarrassment of not being able to eat at a fancy restaurant with friends or not finding a job that pays you what you're worth. Money can bring disappointment from all sides, but if you're ready for it, you'll feel liberated from its hold over you. Once you break free from that hold, you'll be more willing to take calculated risks. Taking risks can be scary because it comes with the possibility of failure. But once you accept that failure is always an option, you can push yourself to be more innovative and enterprising. The top of the Forbes list is full of people who are willing to take these big risks. Elon Musk created reusable rockets when others thought it was impossible. Mark Zuckerberg entered a market with tough competition and wasn't afraid to compete. Jeff Bezos made online shopping popular when people thought the internet was just a passing trend. Taking risks doesn't have to be intimidating. Stoics see it as an opportunity for growth. How we respond to failure shapes our resilience and teaches us about ourselves and what we can become. To embrace this idea, we need to separate the journey to financial independence from the end result. We need to focus on the present instead of worrying about how a big investment might grow in 5 years or how great it would be to have a fancy car. Concentrate on the virtues, actions, and habits that will lead you to financial success. Stoics emphasize 4 key virtues: wisdom, courage, moderation, and justice. We can apply these principles to our journey to financial independence. Wisdom helps us stay resourceful, educating ourselves and evaluating the risks and rewards of our decisions. Courage empowers us to take risks, whether it's asking for a promotion, changing careers, or seeking advice from a financial consultant. Moderation involves exercising self-control when spending money, understanding that while rewards are important, so is being frugal. Justice, which some may overlook, is about how we give back when we succeed, whether it's helping family and friends, donating to charity, or sharing how we achieved our current status. Stoics live by the saying, carpe diem, which means seize the day. Staying present and focusing on the present moment helps us ignore distractions that could steer us off course. For most people, wealth comes from hard work. If we can learn to engage in deep work, we are more likely to achieve our goals and enjoy the journey. Being present doesn't mean giving in to impulses. Stoicism teaches us the opposite. Controlling our impulses and relying on reason is a crucial Stoic principle. It's easy to get caught up in material possessions, thinking that a new pair of jeans or the latest smartphone will make us happy. But material possessions don't bring true happiness. They provide a brief sense of joy that fades quickly, leaving us wanting more. Resisting the urge to buy something or feeling disappointed about not being able to is important for financial independence. If you truly want something, make it a special treat, a reward for an accomplishment. Plan a lavish meal after graduation or a celebration after a successful work meeting. When considering purchases, wait a few weeks to see if you still want the item, ensuring that you're not just craving the feeling of acquiring something new. This approach reduces the impulsive nature of the purchase and allows you to truly appreciate the pleasure owning the item. Nelson Mandela is well known for following Stoic beliefs that helped shape his leadership style after he got out of jail and became South Africa's president. People thought he'd seek revenge against those who wrongly imprisoned him. Instead, he focused on healing his country and bringing people together. He managed his feelings and stayed focused on making South Africa better for everyone, without seeking revenge. Similarly, when it comes to your money goals, it's essential to keep emotions in check. Getting upset when a stock you invested in drops won't change its value. It's like crying over spilled milk. Learn from the experience and move forward. Financial markets can be unpredictable, and job situations can change unexpectedly. The key is to stay calm and disciplined. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept that many things in life are beyond our control. We can't control world events or personal challenges like recessions or natural disasters. Instead of stressing about things we can't change, focus on what we can control, like our efforts and actions. Financial success isn't just about making money, it's about finding freedom and peace of mind. By following Stoic principles, you can make smarter decisions and live a happier life, regardless of your financial situation. Remember, happiness and contentment are more valuable than riches. Setting goals, especially New Year's resolutions, can be tough. Many people struggle to stick to them because they lack willpower or face unexpected challenges. Instead of setting lofty goals, focus on small, achievable steps. Think of setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than reasons to give up. And remember, you don't need a special day to start working towards your goals. Every day is a chance for a fresh start.